Hi everyone, finishing off my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery volume 3, and I'm just finishing stitching my Down the Garden Path word. I kept the one that I did last week on that bit of material with the flowers, and then I just used an old doily napkin type of thing for the rest, so I've still got the edges and I'll sew them down when I've finished the words. So I hope everyone's having a great week. Obviously everyone's coming to the end of this project and looking forward to the next one. So many people I am noticing doing so many things with their volume 4. Even people, yes you Donna, who might not have stitched before are joining in. Very excited to see what you come up with. That's Donna from Junk Journal Ideas, mainly junk journals. Good on you, Donna. Giving it a go, as you do. So once I've done this, I'll iron out the lines so that they're not there. But I just thought I'd come on and I've been doing short, it's like a satin stitch, but it's short stitch and long stitch, so it looks a little bit more layered. Haven't been too fussed about it being absolutely perfect, because let's face it, gardens aren't neat and tidy all the time, are they? It's nature. Long stitch, short stitch. Just to fill in. If it's a bit hard to get my needle through, I can use my pliers. Some spots do have a build-up of material on the back. Some spots like that I can't get it through on the front. That's because there's a doily behind it. So when that's a bit difficult, good old pliers come in handy. It's been an interesting week this week. Actually went in with Huss into the city because there was so the last couple of years there's been like a little winter wonderland festival in winter where they set up like little igloos, you know, like they're that very thick transparent plastic, and they set them up like little rooms, and you could just book the room and it has a nice table and a bit of fluffy bear rug type of thing, and you can get a few drinks. But this year, now that we're getting quite away from the COVID times, this year they actually, and they have a little, so they did have a little ice rink, but it was tiny. But this year, because they must have got a bit more funding from the government, or it's popular, they've built quite a large one. So the ice rink was quite large. It's just pop up for winter, and had like more food trucks, and so we had a lovely little walk around. It was nice. All beautiful fairy lights on the river, and it was lovely. Really nice night. I went, there's a restaurant, so this is all in Melbourne at Federation Square, which is sort of, I don't know exactly how old it is, but it's kind of the most recent sort of precinct with food. Great big huge screen. It's lovely to sit there. They put deck chairs out and you can sit and watch tennis in summer. Anyway, there's a little restaurant there called Chocolate Buddha. So we went there. It's a very Japanese inspired, and the guy who, he must be the owner perhaps, but he's you know, he's front of house, so he has a good old chat. And I don't know, he just seemed to remember me, but it was 2 years ago that I went. Anyway, he was on for a right old chat. Owner, maitre d', not quite sure. Anyway, he sat us at our table, and it used to be very Japanese, like traditional, very, vegetarian. There is meat on the menu. Vegan, vegetarian, Japanese brothy soups and stuff. Told me that after the first lockdown and they were shut, they did a big massive renovation, and they did put in a little sushi train, which is cute, and updated all the tables and walls. It was a massive renovation. And then Melbourne had the huge massive lockdown, so he was shut for 9 months. So he goes around encouraging everyone to order extra dessert whenever they're eating. So what did I have? So I encouraged. So of course with Huss, he's halal. So we looked at the menu and realised there was some pork. So he's never quite sure whether what he wants, like salmon or something like that, has actually been cooked on something that the pork's been cooked on. So that's always a little issue. There's my scissors. There they are. So yeah, it was nice, just nice, hanging out. So I've got a little tub of these antique threads from someone's grandma, probably, I don't know. But these are really strong and they're old. So I'm going to use a bit of this. I'm just going to invisible stitch down those edges that are poking up a bit. Anyway, so the point of the story about the restaurant was that we had ended up having bento boxes, which I don't think Huss had ever had before. And, bento boxes are classic Japanese with, you get a bit of, they're little boxes inside a larger box where you get Japanese rice types of dishes and a little salad, and so it was a seaweed salad and really salty, and then a little vegetable thing, and then whatever meat you've chosen. So he particularly wanted some salmon. Oh no, he didn't. He got a vegetable one. He didn't trust the grill. So he had a shiitake mushroom, which was delicious. The mushrooms were delicious. And then I decided, because I can't help it, when you're out, you've just got to try something, and I had a little bit of sticky date pudding, which was lovely, delicious. So that was a nice evening. All right, so just getting these edges down. Not much else planned for this week. Just doodling around. Noodle-oodling. Finishing off my mermaid pattern so I can put it up on Etsy, and then we'll start that project. It's nearly ready. I just wanted to have the pattern ready and downloaded if anyone wants to stitch along before I got going on it. And just continually working on Roxy's weekly challenge. And I've decided this week, because I couldn't make my mind up, and I didn't find anyone. I moved downstairs for a while, and I just have been enjoying not having to do the stairs so much. It's a big strain. They're very steep. But I'm in that sort of space of feeling I'll go backwards if I don't have any of that financial support. So I'm just nutting out what to do about that. a moment. Right, there's my down. No, a bit more. Wouldn't mind going up to visit Lily. But like I said in the last video, my air hostess is a new client, is very on call a lot, and it's hard to work out when to get away. Get a bit of this one down. So this is just to stop the edges from standing up too much. Really, very much having a, every so often it just hits you, doesn't it? You just want to travel. It hits you, having a hankering for travel. That's my daydream life. Something else, I know that a while ago I was doing the indigo dye. One of my friends off Instagram, actually, she's out near Wood End, so she's out near where I go sometimes to visit my friend Nathan and to do some work outdoors, so as it's, you know, you can make a mess because it's an outside sort of studio. Of course it gets way too cold in winter because it's just an old shearing shed. She's in the Macedon Ranges, which is quite close. She had her Instagram hacked and stolen. She had years and years and years worth of her beautiful, beautiful paintings. So she's been quite devastated, so we've organised, I'll go out to visit her to do some indigo dyeing one day. I might have to plan that really, really very soon, I think. She said I can come out to her studio and do it out there and see her process and show her my process. That's very much in line with my decision of what I'm doing this year. Right, let's just get that last one down. And then I'm going to glue on my bobbin. My wooden, I found the right size one. It's very similar to the one I tried last week, but that one was just a tad smaller. What did I call? I called it a bobbin. Spool, wooden spool. My words, Christina. I just actually had a little nap, so the brain and the mouth are not in gear together. Love the way this invisible stitch looks. Really gives it a very quilted look, doesn't it? Just cast off and now, I originally thought that I was going to put this in here, and I'm not sure why I thought that. I think it was because I thought it was an easier way to not have so much material here, you know, that it would be all bulky. But I just realised I can actually cut it from the back. Put some glue along this edge. secure this because it is on the back like that. Now secure that edge. Fabric fix. Like so. All right, that's going to be, once that's dry, that'll be nice and solid there. And then just every so often I can put a bit more. Straighten that out. It'll hold pretty solid. It doesn't need to have it the whole lot all filling up the entire thing. Just going to do a little bit of that every inch or so. I want it to stop sort of about there, so I'm going to just do this here, this here, roll that and roll that. It's not going anywhere once that's got itself glued. Here we are, ready to go. So I'm going to get this out the way, shut my glue, get that out the way, and let's see how we go down the garden path. Oh, I love seeing the back. Oh, what a great project this has been. Really, so much work. When I was out visiting Susanna the other day, was you know, we were commenting about how could you even put a price on this if you wanted to sell it, because so much work goes into it that you just can't really. There you go. So I think the last thing I'll be doing is finding an appropriate bit of lace or something to hold this, to tie. I think it'd be nice. This won't be what I use, but if you imagine something like this to tie it. In fact, this is what I am using for now. Then there you go, that's done. Oh, what a great project. And that's the end of the project. So I'll see you in the next one, I guess. I mean, wow, I feel that there are so many people doing this, it's like every year there are more and more people joining, and so it's going to be fascinating to see what everyone does for their treasure map. I hope you've enjoyed watching my process with this. I know I didn't do all of it at the start. I had a bit of time off from videos, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.